we're doing the preliminary test and corrections here. So first I'm going to start with the distortion analysis. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my thumb and I want to line it up right on the acromion, and I want to look for A to P sway. Okay, if you could turn facing the wall for me. So here we're going to have the thumb on the S2 tubercle, and we're looking for lateral sway. So the first one, if you had anything more than 1/4 of an inch, it would be a category 1. And for this one here, going side to side sway, this would be indicative of a category 2 if it was greater than 1/4 of an inch sway. And if they had an antalgic lean walking in, something similar to this, then that would be indicative of category 3. All right, next, could you have a seat for me? Now we're going to look for the first rib mobility. So come right off T1, come to the first rib tubercles, and you want to rest your thumbs there. So go ahead and extend back for me. Good, and then flex all the way forward. And so you follow the movement of the first rib, and if one moves more than the other, or if they both move more than 1/4 of an inch, then that's hypermobile. And if one moves more than the other, then that's indicative of a category 2. And if two move hypermobile, then that's indicative of category 1. And if neither of them move at all, then that's more category 3. Next, we're going to go to cervical indicator. So go ahead and lay down face up for me. Okay. So first, we're going to check bilateral lamina of C3. And if there's tenderness there, then that's going to be category 1. Then we're going to go to the left lamina of C4, and if there's tenderness there, then that's indicative of category 2. And for 3, we're going to check all the spinuses for tenderness, and then that's going to correlate to a lumbar mammillary process, or we're going to check the styloids for C1, and then that would be an L5 correlation there. And so if you press that, then it's going to be related to the mammillaries of the lumbars. Next, we're going to do cervical compaction. So I'm going to just rest the head here first. And if you could, go ahead and raise your feet up for me, just about 1 foot. Good. So if now I want you to note how difficult that is. And now I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure here. Go ahead and raise again. And was that easier or harder?
Easier.
Easier. So if it's easier than that, shows that he has a primary cervical subluxation that we need to treat. And so the next step here is you're going to support, you're going to apply a little bit of pressure, and we're going to go through the stair steps. So you're going to raise up in a P to A fashion, and you want to look for the head to stop in that motion during each stair step. And if you don't have that fluid, smooth motion, then you need to treat that with either the figure 8, which would be here, and you're going to work through this range of motion, keeping the chin and nose directly up. You don't want any rotation or lateral bending, so you want to work through those rotations. But if you get stuck at the first step at T1, C7, then you would look for an anterior T1 through T4. Okay. Then next we're going to do basic 1. So basic 1 is you're going to rest his head on your thenars, take all 4 fingers on each hand, go lateral to the EOP and just inferior to the superior nuchal line, and you want to just apply a light pressure, and you're going to be feeling for the pulse to come into your fingertips. And what you're waiting for here is for the pulse to be even and uniform through all 8 fingertips. And if that doesn't happen, then you're only going to hold it between 30 and 50 seconds. Then for basic 3, you'll let the head rest. You're going to palpate down the sagittal suture, feeling for tenderness. And if you find any tenderness there, then you're going to cross your thumbs over at that point, and you're going to distract or pull towards you on the parietal bone. And you're going to do this along with his breath. And so you're going to do this for 3 respirations. On the inhale, you're going to apply the pressure, pulling towards you while pushing down with the thumbs. And on the exhale, you're going to release. And do that for 3 breaths. 1 more. Okay. Alright, then we're going to do the psoas test. And so for psoas, you want to reach the arms up towards you. You're going to apply pressure, distracting towards you here. Then go ahead and straighten your hands out for me. Place these together. And then you're going to look and see which fingers are short If they're not short, then it could be that it's a category 1 where both psoas are tight. But if it's category 2, and let's say his left leg was tight or his left arm was short, then that would show a contracture of the left psoas. And so what you would do is have him bend the leg up, and I'm going to reach around under your leg and support the hip. Is that all right? So you'd reach through here, and then take your pisiform just medial to the ASIS, and you would press down along with their respirations, applying pressure while supporting the hip on the psoas, just trying to release that muscle, applying pressure on the inspiration and relaxing on the expiration. And then if it was category 1 or 3, you wouldn't have to support the hip here, and you could take either your fingers or pisiform or calcaneus contact right on the muscle here, and to increase the tension, you could externally rotate the hip along with those breaths. Okay, go and straighten the leg up for me. Next, we're going to do the anterior iliofemoral ligament. And so you're going to support at the ankles, not at the feet, and you're going to be testing for internal rotation of the hip. And so you want to rotate the leg in, looking for normal range to about 45 degrees, but if one feels like it has more resistance than the other, then how you treat that is to come over here. You're going to find the greater trochanter, go an inch posterior and an inch superior, and you're going to grab onto that ligament there. You have them internally rotate all the way while you put tension on the ligament. You're going to have them externally rotate. Go ahead and go. 1 more time, 2, and then on the third one, you got to coordinate with them so that on the count of 3, I want you to start, go and start rotating out, and on the count of 3, I want you to quickly go the rest of the way as fast as you can. Okay, so start rotating out, 1, 2, 3, and you give a quick tug on 3, and then that should release the ligament there, and you recheck to see, is it moving any better? Next is the arm fossa test, and so what we're going to do here is a muscle test. So what I want you to do is reach up towards the ceiling, have a soft fist, don't squeeze very tight. You want the palm to be facing medial and the fist to be flat in the air. We're going to get a baseline test, so I want you, don't let me pull you down. I want you to hold, okay? Hold. Good. So you want to see that muscle lock out, that he can keep it there without breaking. Next, what we're going to do is take a flat forefinger contact on the inguinal ligament. And so you go to the superior portion of it. And the cadence of this is you want them to hold, then you press and test. So go ahead and hold, press, pull. And you want him to still be able to lock out. And then you're going to go to the inferior portion of that ligament, still keeping the flat forefinger in contact. Go and hold, press, and test again. And if he was unable to hold at either the superior or inferior portions, then that would show you where the problem was in the SI joint.